Seniors after 60s, 70s, 80s, make your legs stronger or you'll die early. It's a warning sign. Have you ever stood up from a chair and felt your legs tremble just a little? Maybe you grab onto the table or lean on something for support, thinking, that's just part of getting older. But what if I told you that's not just aging, it's a warning sign? If you're over 60, your legs are your lifeline. They carry you through your day, help you stay independent, and most importantly, keep you alive. Weak legs don't just make walking harder, they increase your risk of falls, injuries, and even serious health complications. But here's the good news, you can strengthen them, and it's easier than you think. Before we dive into that, take a second to hit that like button and subscribe. I'll be sharing life-changing health tips to help you stay strong, mobile, and full of energy. Because life doesn't slow down after 60, and neither should you. Now, let's talk about why this is so important. When you were younger, you probably never gave your legs a second thought. They carried you effortlessly from one place to another. But as the years pass, something sneaky starts happening: muscle loss. After 30, you lose about 3 to 5% of your muscle mass per decade. By the time you hit 60, your legs could already be significantly weaker without you even realizing it. The result? Slower walking, more fatigue, and worst of all, a higher risk of falls. And here's something that might shock you: falls are the leading cause of injury-related deaths in older adults. That's not meant to scare you, it's meant to wake you up. But don't worry, because today, we're flipping the script. You're going to take control, and I'm going to show you how. Let's start with something simple but powerful: standing up. Yes, standing up. Every time you rise from a chair, your legs are getting a workout. But if you're using your arms to push yourself up, you're cheating your legs out of the strength they desperately need. Instead, I want you to try something different. The next time you stand up, place your feet flat on the ground, bring your chest forward slightly, and push up using only your legs. If it's hard at first, that's okay. Do it a few times a day, and you'll be shocked at how quickly your strength improves. Another game changer? Walking. Yes, but not just any walking. Mindful walking. Instead of just shuffling along, be intentional. Take longer strides, engage your muscles, and focus on balance. Imagine you're walking on a tightrope, keeping your core engaged and your steps steady. This simple shift can make your legs work harder and rebuild strength with every step. Now, let's talk about something that most people don't realize: your ankles. Weak ankles mean weak legs. And weak legs mean a higher chance of falling. But the good news? Strengthening your ankles is easy. While sitting, lift your heels off the ground, then lower them. Do the same with your toes. It seems small, but these movements activate the muscles that keep you stable and balanced. These small habits might seem insignificant, but they add up. The difference between struggling to get out of a chair and moving confidently is just a few weeks of consistent effort. And trust me, the more you move, the more you'll feel like you've turned back the clock. You might be thinking, okay, I get it, I need strong legs. But what if mine already feel weak? What if my knees ache, or I feel unsteady? That's exactly why you need to start now. Your legs don't just hold you up. They keep your heart pumping, your joints healthy, and your independence intact. And the longer you wait, the harder it gets. So let's take things up a notch. One of the best ways to strengthen your legs, without putting too much strain on them, is to work on balance. Because here's the thing, balance is like a muscle. Use it or lose it. Let's try something together right now. Wherever you are, stand up if you can. Now, lift one foot just an inch off the ground and hold it there. Feels easy? Try closing your eyes. That little wobble you feel? That's your body learning, adjusting, and getting stronger. If you can hold this for 10 seconds, you're doing better than most people your age. If you can't, that's even more reason to practice. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. I don't want to fall. And that's fair. So start small. Hold on to a chair, a wall, or even the kitchen counter. The goal isn't to do it perfectly right away. It's to train your body to react, to stabilize, and to regain the strength it's lost over the years. Another thing we need to talk about: your stairs. You might see them as a challenge, but they're actually one of the best leg strengthening tools you have right in your home. Instead of dreading them, use them. If you don't feel confident climbing up and down, start by stepping onto the first step and back down, 1 foot at a time. Even this small movement forces your legs to engage in a way that strengthens them quickly. But what if stairs aren't an option? Then let's take it to the kitchen. Next time you're waiting for your coffee to brew or your food to heat up, try this. Stand up on your toes, hold for a second, then slowly lower back down. This simple calf raise strengthens your legs, improves circulation, and even helps with stability. Now let's talk about something that's just as important as movement: rest. But not the kind where you sit in a chair all day. I'm talking about the right kind of rest, the kind that helps your muscles rebuild. Because here's the secret: strength isn't built while you exercise. It's built while you recover. If you're constantly feeling sore or stiff, your muscles might be crying out for more stretching, hydration, or even just a little extra sleep. Speaking of hydration, are you drinking enough water? It sounds basic, but dehydration weakens your muscles, making you feel sluggish and off balance. And if you've ever felt dizzy when standing up, dehydration could be the culprit. So before you grab another cup of coffee, make sure you're getting enough water to keep your muscles working the way they should. These simple changes, balancing, stepping, stretching, and hydrating, might not seem like much, but they add up. Before you know it, you'll start feeling steadier, stronger, and more confident with every step you take. By now, you're starting to see the bigger picture. Your legs aren't just about movement. They're about freedom. The ability to walk on your own terms, to get out of bed without struggle, to chase after your grandkids, to travel, to live life fully. That's why keeping them strong isn't just important, it's non-negotiable. But there's one more thing we need to address, and it's something that sneaks up on most people: sitting. I know. After a lifetime of hard work, you've earned the right to relax. But too much sitting? That's the fastest way to lose your leg strength. The less you move, the more your muscles weaken. And the weaker your muscles, the harder it is to get up and move when you actually need to. It's a cycle, and it's dangerous. But here's how you break it. Every 30 minutes, stand up. Even if it's just for a few seconds. Shift your weight from one foot to the other. Do a tiny march in place. The simple act of standing signals to your body that your legs are still in the game. If you spend hours sitting, watching TV, reading, or scrolling through your phone, set a timer. Remind yourself to move. And if you really want to turn back the clock on your leg strength, here's a challenge for you. Sit down and stand up 10 times in a row, using only your legs. No hands. If you can do it, fantastic, keep going. If you struggle, That's your wake-up call. Do it every day, and you'll feel a difference in just a few weeks. Now, let's talk about something that might surprise you, your diet. Because what you eat directly impacts how strong your muscles are. If you're not getting enough protein, your body doesn't have what it needs to rebuild muscle. And no, this doesn't mean you need to eat a steak at every meal. Simple additions, like eggs, beans, nuts, or Greek yogurt, can give your muscles the fuel they need to stay strong. And while we're on the topic of fuel, let's talk about vitamin D. If your legs feel weak, if you're getting cramps, or if you feel unusually tired, you might not be getting enough of it. Vitamin D helps your muscles function properly, and without it, your strength starts slipping away. Sunlight is the best source, but if you're not getting enough, a supplement might be worth considering. At the end of the day, this all comes down to one simple truth: you have a choice. You can let time and inactivity steal your strength, or you can fight back. And the best part? It's never too late. Your muscles don't care if you're 60, 70, or even 80. The moment you start using them, they respond. They rebuild. They get stronger. So, here's what I want you to do. Pick one thing from this video and start today. Maybe it's standing up without using your hands. Maybe it's balancing on one foot. Maybe it's drinking more water or adding more protein to your meals. It doesn't matter where you start. What matters is that you start. And if you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments. What's one thing you're going to do today to strengthen your legs? I want to hear from you. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tips on staying strong, active, and independent. Because life after 60 is just the beginning. Here's to living powerfully, at any age.